should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay, cause I'm floating in your orbit. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. It's my luck, push me away. You understand? There's nothing left to say. Pull me back, take my hand, come on.
Let me add myself to the stage. Now let's get it to crack a lacking up in this joint. Okay. Greetings. Hey everybody. I am Dr. A and I'm here at the wonderful Crystal Palace. And of course, there's three different entryways you already know. You're gonna enter in through either typing in the chat, and that is what we call the parlor room. The second place of entryway is hanging in the bushes, hang tight. And of course, we call that the boom boom room. And of course, the third entryway, not last but not least, would be the outhouse. And that's what we call the replay gang gang. But we instead we call that the outhouse gang gang. Okay, y'all. Now, for some of y'all that got a little smart mouth, because I misspelled reactions, and I just all I did was type in hashtag and I typed in RE, and that particular reaction that misspelled came up, and of course I corrected it, no big deal. Let me tell you something to all you Stella pygmies, to all you Olivia pygmies, get a damn life. Don't come over here with this mess. You're not wanted over here. I don't go to Olivia's or Stella's chat because I find you all grotesque. Stella, you are a racist, in my humble opinion, based off a lot of things that you did. Number one, when you basically said that the Gerard's son, the dark-skinned, beautiful, handsome young guy, you stated that he was putting up gang signs, and clearly he was not putting up gang signs. And that's a stereotype. That was very insensitive of you to say. And that's why he looked at you like you was crazy and said, huh. Okay. The second thing that you did that was very racist, the fact that you said that you lied on Gerard and you said Gerard kidnapped your so-called grandchildren. Okay, when clearly it was court ordered for him to come and pick up his child, and you know for a fact that was like that was a current move. The fact that you know how intense relations or with black people, especially black men, regarding the police, and even with black women. So you were trying to get Gerard, unalive. Let's be clear about that. And Olivia did too. And Olivia, ma'am, you set up here and you basically said that Yami B, one of our good sis here on the YouTube Mommy Sector streets, hashtag Mommy Sector, you basically has stated that her child was, you know, you really did some foul and disgusting things where you call her ugly. Her child is beautiful. Okay, beautiful black, beautiful kid. Okay, first of all, smart, beautiful, and Yummy B is beautiful, and you call her Wesley Snipes, and we all know that when you get to calling a black woman trying to say that we are manly looking, and we're not manly looking, we're beautiful. Okay, so that was a colorist mark, that was insensitive. And then the fact that you talked about people's hair, you talked about it's Lala's hair, you talked about her hair and said that it wasn't coiling right and this and this and that. You are a colorist. I'm not kissing your butt, I'm gonna tell you what it is. Walk, what's going on, how you doing? Latoy, how you doing? Welcome to the Crystal Palace. Okay, so that's what you were doing. Okay, so those are just key points. I mean, it's a lot more stuff or ridiculous things that you have done against black women here on the YouTube streets. You think you're better because you're white, because your white mother raised you to make you feel like you are better, and you are not better than anyone. You're not smarter than me. You don't even have a GED. Let's get that together. You don't have a high school diploma or a GED. I have what? My PhD. Okay. And even with my PhD, I'm going to mess up on spelling sometimes. Sometimes I'm going to mess up and say the wrong words and things like that. And so damn what? I'm still smarter than you bitch. Okay. So let's deal with that. Okay. Now, you ugly Stella, you look like the bottom of my shoe. Okay. And Olivia, you know you ugly because you look just like your mammy. Okay. So let's talk about that right there. Okay, let's talk about your skin. It looks like alligator skin. Okay, now let's go in to talk about how you don't have custody of your children. You know what? Why did you lose custody of your children? See, I wasn't even gonna go there until you sent all your trolls over here. So I was gonna leave the fact alone that you lost custody of your children. Why don't you have custody of your children? Why, when your children come over there, you're mean to them? Why do you look at your children and you're really mean to them? Let's talk about stalking. Stalking is when you send people over here to harass us over here, which I don't really care. You can continue to do that. We're just going to roast you. See, it's equal, it's equal opportunity over here. And then let's talk about the pygmies that you have in your chat. Let's talk about the fact that you didn't even have enough money to buy your baby anything. And everybody over there basically supported you. If it wasn't for your so called pygmies over there, you would not have anything for their babies. Let's talk about those dingy clothes that you're always buying your children, but yet you go and buy your stuff from Fashion Nova brand new and you cut up the shirts down the middle because you have no other attribute to hold but those big old over the shoulder boulder holders. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about your funny shape. You built like SpongeBob. I have a brick house. I have big boobies. And I have a big butt. I'm pretty. Okay, so let's talk about that. Two, I have a husband. Okay, and if that didn't work out, guess what? I will work on the healing process. Okay, I wouldn't be sitting up here talking about him every 5 minutes. Okay, up on the social the media. Why? Because it's just not like that. Okay. Let's see what else. Your feet look like piglets. You look like your feet look like Miss Piggy. You don't look like Miss Piggy because Miss Piggy actually has class. The so-called Miss Piggy. Okay, Gerard was out his mind when he was with you. That's the next thing. Okay, and you keep claiming on here, and there's nothing wrong with having. If you have multiple children's father, it is what it is because things happen in relationship. But the fact that you have the audacity to lie, the fact that you call your child's father and he acts like he doesn't know anything about his child says a lot about you. Secondly, you are alone and pregnant. Hey there, lonely girl. Hey there, lonely girl. And pregnant. The fact that your mom is your child's father. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that your booty stinks. Let's talk about the fact that your breath stinks. Let's talk about the way that you comb your hair. You don't even comb your son's hair. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that you sat here on the so-called YouTube streets and you cut your daughter's hair because you did not know how to manage it. What kind of mother are you? Let's talk about the fact that your children hadn't been to school in months, which is partly reason why you lost custody. Let's talk about the uh drug tests that you took. Let's talk about those. See, I can pass a drug test right now. They could give me a drug test right now on the spot. You know why? Because I don't do drugs. Okay. I don't think cocaine is not a party drug. That is not party. That is not okay. That is crack is whack. Did you hear Whitney Houston? Crack is whack. Okay. So that's another thing. Now let's see what else. You mentioned here on when you did the Mommy Yana hashtag Mommy Yana gang. When you all went on that trip, y'all was all doing some stuff. That's what you said out your mouth. You said that you was doing Coca-Lena, the white girl. You said you was doing all of this stuff, right? And the fact that you was getting with somebody named Pedro, aka whatever his name, Maurice, and you had kicked it with him. According to me, you kicked it with him to what? To get Coca-Lena. Okay. The fact that this trip is the trip that actually cost you a divorce. And I'm not saying that I'm not judging you on the fact of you cheating on your husband or not cheating on your husband because both of y'all cheat on each other, right? And so it's all fair in love and war. So I'm not mad at that, but you can't talk about anybody here on these YouTube streets, and your mama sure can't. Now, if your mama got a husband, where he at? You don't never see him. And then if your mama's so rich, why she always on your couch, smelling like couch? And then Zolo said that your mother was on the couch, self-pleasuring herself. Let's talk about that. Okay. Why would she be doing that on your on your couch? That is disgusting. Normally, and why would she be doing that out in the open? Was she trying to entice Zolo? I'm just saying these are allegations that they said, and this is all alleged because this is the stuff that came out of your people's mouth. So let's deal with that. Okay. And so Zolo called her a big yellow buzz and said that she was wide as a deep freeze And she smells like onions and garlic and mushrooms. So how about that? And this is what one of our good sis here in the chat walk says. That Zolo said. I didn't hear them say this per se because I didn't really watch this. I was kind of in and out with the whole Zolo thing because I was appalled by that. And then the fact that he had some kind of egregious record in regards to some children. I'm not sure Zolo, but yeah, I had to refresh my the fact that you'll let any random men around your children. Let's have that conversation too. Let's talk about the fact that although Gerard cheated on you and he got with Anisha, what I can't think of her name. I apologize, sweetheart, if I said your name wrong. But the fact that he got with her, okay, and the fact that he's still with her says a lot. And the fact that you've been with different multitude of men, and the fact that you had to go to a bar, the fact that you don't have any friends, the fact that your sister don't even really barely claim you. The fact that your sister had to go into labor with you and your mom had to keep your children says a lot about the father. Oh, and those are two different voices, ma'am. Those voices that we heard, the one voice that we heard here today or yesterday or whatever that was, the fact that we heard that voice, and then of course Teller X, basically XO, basically played that voice, and that is the same voice. Now the other voices that we have heard in the past, when the dude was in the background when y'all was at the mosey wosey, that was not the same voice, ma'am. Okay, let's talk about that now. Let's see what else I need to cover. Greetings, lady. Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Crystal Palace. A seller with the boots, aka Karen with the boots, laying on the couch, pleasuring herself. Let's talk about that. Now, why my mother better not ever come up in my house and be sleep. First of all, my mother won't be sleeping in no couch because we have a guest room. We have what we call a game room, which has two beds and a couch in it. So my mother will have a place to stay. She won't be outside on the couch. Let's talk about that. And if you got that kind of money, why don't your mama own a house there in Texas? And then someone had the nerve. Some of y'all little nasty, how you doing, Ronette? This one of your little nasty dumb people came over. One of your little pygmies came over. It's once Stella got a lawyer and she got this and she got that. Well, if she had a lawyer, then why did Olivia lose the custody of her children if she had a lawyer? Why didn't Let's talk about their drug test. Let's talk about why was the drug test inconclusive? Was it because perhaps, and this is just a thought, it's a question. I'm not assuming anything. You can't sue me, so shut up, you little funny looking self. Now, let me ask you a question. Now, why was your drug test inconclusive or something to that effect, meaning or incomplete or whatever it was considered, right? Why was that? Did you try to use someone else? This is just a question. Did you try to use someone else's urine perhaps and it wasn't warm enough? I mean, we know how this works, okay? You know why I know? Because I because I don't do drugs. And you know why I don't do drugs? Because I have a child, and I have self-respect for myself, and I don't need to get high to go off. I don't have to be liberated to be something else that I'm not, and I don't wear makeup. You know why I don't wear makeup? Because I have nothing to hide. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about your skin, why you wear so much makeup. Oh, let's talk about that. Now, people have tried to beg me and ask me and plead with me, say, hey, can I use your urine? Because I know you don't do drug tests. No, you're not going to use my urine because you shouldn't do drugs. How about that? Now, Stella thinks it's cute for her daughter to keep sleeping from babies, to keep having babies from random men. Okay, so that's another thing. In the bushes, listening to the drag, and then you laughing your butt off. Thank you so much, Carolina. Now, for any of you dumb supporters or pick me's, and I don't mean pick me's like pick me. No, I mean pick me's like what they meant in the slavery time. See, in the slavery time, and let me tell you something, Stella, because you're so stupid and you're such a, with your Trump supporting self, and then you can support Trump, and if my people in here support Trump, that's cool. I'm not tripping off of that. But when she supports Trump, it's not because of the so-called values. It's because of the fact that we all know that Trump basically has a little racisms about himself, and it is what it is. But I mean, hey, do what you do, okay? But that's not the point. You've said a lot of racist things on here, Stella. Uh, hit the like. Hit the like. Yes, this is a good drag. Thank you so much. It's hilarious how Zolo got on here and dragged her, but she never said anything bad about him. And that's another thing. You let all these men come up on here and talk about you like a dog. They have disrespected you and you still wanted them back. Let's have that conversation. Why is your mammy all the way and always in your business? Why do your mama treat you like a caregiver? Why does your mother have to wait on you hand and foot instead of a man taking care of you that knocked you up? Your mammy didn't knock you up. That man did. So why does she have to sit there and try to take care of a grown woman because you can't take care of yourself because you don't have the mental capacity? So let's continue. Now, what I had some points, but I didn't write them down. I have them. I'm off the top of my head. Okay, and I am going to read a speech though. I'm going to tell you this, and it's going to be off of a movie. I'm going to quote a movie. Okay, but not right now. Give me a few seconds. Just hold on tight. Just hold on tight. Hold on tight. All right, now the next thing is Olivia, and I'm doing this. I'm not really using a lot of cursy, curvy words, right? I'm just kind of speaking without using rough language. I'm just talking to you how I need to talk to you. Okay, let's talk about that. The next thing I think, the fact that you have humiliated Gerard. You've got on here. You humiliated yourself. You have also humiliated your children. You are very mean when them children come over. You act like and you say you miss them, but when they get there, you're always yelling at them. You don't ever, usually when a parent has them, even my Jazzy life, I mean, at some point other than her taking these breaks. Let's talk about Jasmine last year. Jasmine was not taking all these breaks. Jasmine didn't had her children all the time before Philip got her jail. And I don't like Jasmine, don't get it twisted, y'all. But Jason, Jasmine, aka Dirty Foot Dukes, had her children all the time. Her mother didn't even babysit them like that unless it was emergency. But and this is not me knocking Cheryl because she has that option. She's a grandmother. She's not their mother. So the point is, Jasmine had her children all the time, 24/7, unless they were in school. Olivia, your children are not there. You get them what, twice a month or something like that. I'm not sure what the arrangements are with the court because I don't do your court papers. I'm not into your court papers like that. I just listen to what's said on the YouTube streets, and it's all alleged. But nevertheless, they're not there that much. Gerard has them on a full-time basis. And when they get there, you're not loving, you're negative, you're nasty, you're disgusting toward them. You're always yelling at them. And then you expect them to hate Nisha because he cheated on her with you. Okay, with her. I mean, he cheated on you with her. So it doesn't matter. What does that have to do with anything? Those children love her and they're the new mother, which is why you are the way that you are, which is why your situation is you are very miserable. You're the type of person you can't keep a friend, you can't keep a man. Your mama is barely there, which is why your mother left for quite some time. Okay. And if your mama, how is your mama so-called married and she's always over at your house? What kind of husband would think that that'd be okay unless he was in, AKA the prison system? If he was in the pokey, or he was just a lame, or if he was a John, and this is all alleged. This is just, I'm just saying that if he was all about her, then she would be there with him, and she would just do what she need to do from there and come and visit you for quite the time. But your mother lives with you on the couch. So let's be clear about that. Okay. She act like she can't stand Christian because he is a black male. That's what they say here in the chat. And I'm really beginning to start to believe that kind of stuff, because if you was all about the you won't teach your children exactly what's going on in the world. And we all know that Black life is really hard. You don't really experience that. You are a biracial child and you don't know what it's like to really be Black, because you're really living a life like a white woman that just want black pain. Let's be clear about that. So you were the type of person, you were a type of person that just basically wasn't raised around black folks, which is why you're not sensitive, which is why you don't understand certain subjects, which is why you say the stupid things out your mouth. Let's talk about your father. Where's your daddy at? Can you pinpoint? See, I have a father. I had a father who raised me, and I have a biological father that was what he was. Okay. And the bottom line is, thank God that my biological mother had sense enough, unlike Stella, should have gave you up for adoption as well, because you would have had a better hope. And maybe if a white, even a white family or a black family would have taken you in and raised you up, you would have probably been a better person. But let me tell you something. My mother was too young to be taking care of me. So before any of you garden tools come over here and start talking about me being adopted, I'm okay with that, because it does not matter. So let's address that. So my mother had sense enough. She didn't put me through foster care. No, ma'am. What she did was she didn't, I mean, sorry, excuse me. She didn't go through state to put me up for adoption. No, she found a nice a religious Christian domination to go ahead and take me. And then I had foster parents who were nice enough, and I got adopted around 6 months. I was still a baby, okay? And I had wonderful parents who loved the hell out of me, who spoiled me, okay? Who told me when I was messing up, who put their foot up my tail and let me know, hey, Amira, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing as a person, and we're going to stand down your throat until you do right, but we're going to be here for you. Unlike Stella, the type of mother she is, she lies to you. Your mother is a liar. She needs to tell your truth. You are a messed up individual. Both of you are delusional. And see, that what the problem is the fact that she can't even keep it real with you. Okay. So let's talk about that. Gerard loved Olivia because she had an affair with Maurice. She went to Houston to party like it was 1999. She acted like she wasn't even a married woman, but you cannot change a into a housewife. And so that's what happens. And so that's where Gerard fell at. Gerard trying to be a family man and trying to be in love and trying to show a hussy some love. But because you're such a hussy, and because you don't love yourself enough or value yourself enough, what do? You meet a complete stranger and you give him your punani. Let's talk about the you when you were on the phone with that man. That dude was acting weird, and you sent him a black and white picture. Like, girl, are you serious? And you just basically that whole conversation, that call made you talking about what that's why I was awkward because we were mad at each other. No, it was awkward for either one or two reasons. Number one, that is somebody that you just created and paid, or number two, y'all don't really know each other and he was a hit and miss. Boom. Let's continue on. Now, since Liv is not paying child support, Gerard could have Olivia rights taken. I used to work for family court, and people don't really understand child support. How are you doing? I'm doing fine, Neely. Gerard and Nisha work well together, and she cannot stand that they live in a good life. And that's what most garden tools self do live. You will sit around and try to ruin somebody's life because they have moved on. Let me tell you something. I love the fact that my ex-husband, this is my second marriage. I love the fact that my ex-husband has moved on and he has him a good woman. She loves him and she is what he needs. I was not what he needed. He was not what I needed. And we moved on, and now I'm in a happy environment, and now I'm happy. So guess what, Olivia? That's what you need to do. You need to find your true happiness. But you'll never find your true happiness because the happiness is not in you, because you're a horrible, miserable green Grinch. Okay, so anyway, let's continue on. Now, where am I at with this? With my theory here? Okay, Stella was a lot lizard. This is what the folks are saying here in the chat, and this is all alleged. Okay, so Stella, if you want to try to sue me for ratting you out, I'm going to sue you, counter sue you for sending people over here to try and harass me. Now, play with me if you want to, just like you got a lawyer. I got one too. Now, it took her two kids to get away from her to start doing and uh going to a wait a minute. It took her kids to get away from her to start going to start doing good in school. And that says a lot about Antonisa, and it said a lot about Gerard. See, Gerard had to get, do you understand that sometimes seasons change, and sometimes the people can sometimes bring the worst out in each other. And sometimes you're just supposed to get with them for a season. And after that season is over, it is over. And you need to get over it. We're tired of hearing about Gerard. We're tired of hearing about your raggedy, rickety, raggedy, raggedy, raggedy Stella with the boots, aka Karen with the boots, aka why did she have on boots in the first place on a beach? Please explain to me. Some huggies or lugs, nevertheless, looking crazy. Secondly, you look just like your mama, and that is bad because both of y'all look like old, decrepit women. You look like you 50 years, your mother look like she 80 years old, okay? Olivia, you look like you my age, and I'm 50. Why do I look younger than you? I will run circles around you. I can, how many push-ups can you do? How many times can you run around? And I'm talking about after you drop that big old belly of a load, because that baby probably just all water weight, because that's what mostly girls are, they're water weight. And it looks like you eat so much. And then the fact that you're sitting up here huffing, let's talk about that. Girl, I don't huff stuff. It's of such things as just smelling something to see how it smells, if it smells good or not. And then you remove it away from your nose. You do not smell it to inhale it because you're trying to get what? High. Okay, so let's go next. It was two other people before Maurice. Oh my God, Olivia, come on, get your puss together. Okay, let's get that together. Olivia got on here and told the entire world that he stole his own kids. She tried to get him, the man, hurt. Exactly. Let's talk about that. That's certainly colorist. That is certainly colorist and racist. How dare you try to do that? And if anything would happen to that man, it would have been in front of your children together. Or you out of your Stone Mountain mind? Okay, let's go. Hey, Flo. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Crystal Palace. Hey, Lady Mahogany. Do you know where you're going through? Apparently, Liv does not. Okay, let's continue. What does your name mean? Who named? My name means princess, leader, ruler. Okay, that's my first name. My middle name, Sankofa, means understand your history in order to move forward. My third name, Quali, means secret or truth. Now let's go. Zolo needs to be on child support. All right. Now, she don't want Zolo on child support because then he would have rights. And guess what? Her rights will be reviewed, because guess who he's married will be marrying, okay? And so that's going to be a problem because Donna got money. How you doing, Donna? Hey, girl. Hey, hey, my beautiful chat sisters. All right, let's continue. Flo, I don't understand why she don't go after AJ's father or the new baby's father, but she always talking down Gerard. Okay, talking down Gerard. And he is a good father and a good provider because she is jealous, y'all. How you doing, pineapples? Welcome to the Crystal Palace. Let's get it up in here. How you doing, Moon? Yeah, she needs to stop talking about Gerard like I can't with her. I can't believe she has your trolls. I can't believe she has trolls on your channel. Yes, and they're gonna get it. They're gonna get it each time. I'm gonna light them up like a firecracker up in this blicky flicky. Saltines will be set aside. Now, Darla, you are my girl and you stand with us. And I'm not referring to you when I say this, but the cracker saltine would not be over here with that mess, with that pick me mess. And when I refer to crackers, when I refer to saltine crackers, I'm referring to the white, the black, the ugly, the you. I'm talking about all you Jezebels coming over here with all that saltine conversation, because we don't do saltine conversation over here. Now, Darla, love you. Let's go. Let's continue. Look, how she, and basically, let me tell you what cracker means for some of y'all that don't understand. Cracker was basically a coin, a term phrase that means the crack of a whip. When the slave master would hit the slave, it would be, they would call him cracker because he would crack them with the whip. Okay, so I know what I'm talking about when I say saltine crackers. Okay, because you're salty. And let's get into it, because you're salty, and there's a such thing as a black saltine cracker, and there's a such thing as a white saltine cracker. Okay? Now, any one of you garden tools want it, come over here and get it. I'm going to read you down like the library I am. Now, say anything else about a misspelled word, and I'll keep on misspelling. No, I'm not going to keep misspelling words, but you get what I'm saying. Now, look here. Let's continue. Look how she treated AJ because of his skin tone. She never treated Christian like that, or Ryan or Robin. She do not like those kids because they are what? Black. Okay, let's continue on. Hey, everybody. Hey, and all who are welcome. If it's not a saltine, black or white cracker, then you are welcome over here. Don't come over here with that mess. Don't come over here because you're going to get red down to the ground. But let's continue. Now, y'all want to see this side of Dr. A? Yeah, I ain't seen nothing yet because I have 5 different multitudes of personalities that will get into it, that will let you have it. And she will obviously will have a problem with it as usual, no matter what it is. Okay, now moving to silence states the library must be open because Dr. A is reading this afternoon. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Aha. Now, what my flow say up in here? Baby AJ looks like Ice Spice. Wow. Okay. Hey, everybody has an opinion up in here, and it is more than welcome as long as you don't be disrespectful. If you get disrespectful, I will get disrespectful back. And you might get a little cursey words back thrown at your way, but that's okay. If you like a little bit of reading, then I'm gonna read you on down to the ground. Well, let's continue. All right. It's okay, doctor. I know what you mean. That's what I'm talking about. You let them have it, Donna. I'm sorry, Darla, you let them have it. Now, Moon says she treats her kids like crap. TBH. Now, we all know that if Olivia was really in a relationship, she would have that face plastered all over the YouTube streets. All right. Thank you so much. Oh, Miss Rogers. How are you doing? And thanks to Flo, because Flo has brought a lot of love over to this channel, which is why she is one of my mods, and we love her over here. Now, Lady Mahogany, what you're talking about? She talks about Gerard because she thought she was his preference and better than she never thought that he would like a black woman. And yes, I agree with that. I got something for you. Come over here and get it. Nope, don't grab it off of there. Here you go. Now, let's continue. Let's continue. Hey, Miss Robert, you're welcome. Now, step out of here for a second. Let mommy continue with her cursey words, curvy and cursey words that you don't need to listen to because you are a child and I respect you as my child. And unlike Olivia, I love you. I love your beautiful black face. Thank you so much for being black, son. I love you. You understand what I'm talking about, Olivia? I don't know what I just clicked on, but this shiggity is hilarious. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Miss Rogers. Okay, now where am I at with this? Now, I'm done with that. Now let's continue on to the second portion of our show. We're gonna get it in here. Now, wait a minute. I gotta read all y'all comments first before I continue on. Now, he acted like Liv was a complete stranger on the call. Yes, he did not know who she was. That's probably one of her actors. She is still in love with Gerard and wants him super. And the alleged baby dad didn't seem too interested about the baby coming, like he was in shock. He didn't even know what she was talking about, as a matter of fact. Now, and Stella be over here in enabling her overgrown daughter, and doing all the work for her Olivia to be a parent. That is ridiculous. Let's have that conversation. Oh, liar doesn't like black women because black women can relate to black men differently from her, which is why she does the things that she does. And another thing, Stella, you allowed your daughter to drop out of school at the age of what? Eighth grade, not the ninth grade, not the 10th grade, not the 11th grade, and not even the 12th grade. Would you be a complete dummy to drop at the 12th grade? But you could have said, well, baby, okay, if you don't want to go to school no more, we're going to homeschool you. Or we're going to go ahead and let you get your GED, but not Stella, not Stella. Okay, not Stella, dumb self. And they did have GED and they did have homeschooling back then. Okay, so why didn't you get your daughter that? Nearly, I'm too blessed to be depressed. How are you? That's what I'm talking about. Get it now. And Stella be over here in neighbor. Okay, I already read that. Boom. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Let me make sure I read all the comments. Read that one already. Right here. Let's see if I read that one. Yeah, he wasn't interested. Okay, I already read that. Oh, did I? Wait a minute. I'll read it again. If I didn't, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he wasn't interested at all. And like I said, if she is not on good terms, then she should not have called him at no point. Exactly. Can't with her. Hmm. For real. And it was so awkward. He's a what? Fool. Okay. Now, she's a fool. Got it. All right. Um, Pineapple, that was Raquel's husband. Olivia called him and asked him to play along with her. And that's a legend, and that's crazy. Now, Pineapples, how are you doing, girl? She want to know how you doing. She's a complete fool. Yes, she is. I think new baby daddy is what? Married. I am nearly, I am good. How about you? For real, it's ridiculous. She like literally way older than me. Hmm. And dropping out at the eighth grade is not legal. Also, you encourage Olivia to lie. Stella should have been arrested. You should have been arrested along with Olivia, going to jail for not paying the child support. I don't think she loved Gerard. I don't either. She just wants personal footstools. I think so too. Example, Stella. I don't even think you love your own mother. As a matter of fact, your mother is what? Instead of calling Nisha Mimi the maid, Stella is Mimi the maid because she waits on you hand and foot allegedly. That's why she had two more kids so she can get benefits to support new homeless man she can boss around. Hmm. She was under what? 16. Let's continue. That guy on the phone was like, Harpo, who this lady? Okay. Now let's go into the second portion of my show that I had already drummed up, and I'm sure everybody will appreciate this in a second. Okay. We are here for it. Hopefully, you guys are here for it, or my crystals, I should say. I don't think she went to junior high. I doubt she was even enrolled. Good afternoon. Y'all hit the like button. Tell them again. Pineapples, you can tell Piggy mine stopped right at the middle school the way she behaves like a child. And she thinks everything is about her wide back earth. Doormat. For real, he had no clue who Liv was for real. She talks like a teenager, laughing your butt off with her soft voice. She sounds like she thinks she's Marilyn Monroe, y'all. Flo, I agree with you 100%. I don't think she ever loved him. I don't either. She just wanted somebody that will kiss her. He was a pushover for her, but he got tired and he went on by his what? Business. The Webb kids weren't enrolled in her custody. Olivia, is this all true? Yeah, they were enrolled in school. They were not enrolled in school. Okay, is this all true, Livy? Liv doesn't love Gerard, most likely sure he broke up with her. TBH. Liv doesn't even live her kids, even live her kids. Wait a minute, live her love her kids. Narcissism, uh, narcissists aren't capable of love, even when it comes to their kids. At least Marilyn Monroe was what? Pretty. Okay, now let me go into this. I'm sorry about that. Now let's continue. Ed Olivia. Stella has nursed you through a divorce, through a cocaine rehab, and this is all alleged, and through two pregnancies. Hashtag, this is from the movie Devil's Advocate. So I'm just reading in reference to her, Old English. She wanted her kids to be stunned in maturity, just like what? Her. Ashley walked by faith. She was bossy to Brandon and Zolo, treated them like workers, like she treats Stella. And MM acting dumb in an act. She's a yeah, Narc isn't capable of love. Also, she's very manipulative. And I don't like that makes me uncomfortable. If you are my parent, I would not like her what either. Okay? I would run away for real. Like Ryan is 5 and doing too many mature things for her. What age? Because of Olivia. Anyway, like a 500 pounds of self serving greed on wheels. The next 1,000 years is right around the corner. Olivia, Olivia, take a good look because here you are a poster child for the next millennium. I remember old liar saying before that she had three ABs. Marilyn Monroe was pretty, but she was a side chick of the President Kennedy and his brother too, and a couple of mob uh, guys as well. Um, Actually, it's because of Olivia, and Robin is very sassy and rolls her eyes. These people, it's no mystery where they come from. You sharpen human appetites to the point they can't spit it out. You get to the point where you have to grease the dumbest dreams with a dollar amount and green, envious, gold plated fantasies until every human being becomes an aspiring emperor. And just like a god, you will be taken away. Okay, you will get it taken away because every God, not the God, but a God, will have his day. And Olivia, that is the problem. You think you're God. Bold, vain, pride will never get away from you. And this is not a quite quote, but somewhat of a quote that I coined to let Olivia know that I look at her as a subhuman being. Okay. She is a subhuman being who has no chance to think, no chance to prepare. She buys future, she sells future, and there is no future for her until she admits, until she atones for all of her sins, until she admits that she's wrong, until she stops lying, until Stella stops keeping her from seeing the truth. Olivia will explode. Okay, she will blow up into a big old cloud of nothing, the nothing that she is. Okay, and so She doesn't give a dang on about God. She doesn't care about herself. She doesn't care about anybody around her. And she's just jogging her fat A to into the future. And yet she's ready to be explanted. She's ready to lick her fingers clean and reach out toward being a humble, dumb dummy. She will never aspire to be anything but less than what she is. She will walk around as a footstool. She will continue to be the crumb of everyone's shoe because nobody recognizes her. And she will continue to do the collection for the protection for the skin that she's in because she thinks she's better than everybody that is black based off the energy that she carries. And this is all an act in what I'm saying. So she can't say anything to me because this was just a little speech and just a little commentary of comedianship, of laughter. Now, Olivia think that black men owe her something. No real man is going to be able to deal with her because she is toxic. Even a white man doesn't want her. Olivia ain't God. She is way too much prideful in herself and cares about herself. She thinks she's God, though, y'all. She thinks she's a God. Understand that. She thinks she's a God, y'all. Stella, you failed Olivia. What happened to pulling yourself up from the bootstraps? Stella has failed herself. Stella has failed Olivia, and she has failed those children. Let's be clear about that. Now, let's continue. Stella has failed her daughter, enabling her, also enabling her, and being her parent figure. I feel sorry for her girls growing up with her as a mom and a role model. What? Now, let's go into the Stella will never admit that she failed Olivia. Hell, Olivia failed her what? Self. I feel sorry for her to cause like that. She's really messed up. Okay? Now, let's continue. Yes, she will never admit that she failed Olivia. Mainly, Olivia failed herself. And I'm reading comments for those that are looking back at the in the outhouse, okay? With her kids. Okay, here we go. Tank is good for the short name, not a long time. Not a long time. Now, I am done, Olivia. You need to take some time to analyze your life because your life is a pile, no, actually a bowl of throw up that I hawked up when I was sick with the flu. This is what your life looks like. Stella needs to be honest with you. She is not good. She is manipulative and very controlling, toxic. That's why I don't like her. That's Moon says she don't like you, girl. Just to think I subscribe to her and I don't watch her. Mm. She allowed Maurice to talk trash about her black side and didn't check him. Maurice had prejudice against black people. I wonder thought about her children, what he thought about her children. Well, this sad. Okay. Now, Lady Mahogany, well, do you know where you're going to? Because Olivia sure don't. Never knew about, but Liv doesn't like her black side either. I don't think she likes the white side of her because she's not accepted by the white folks. She's not accepted by the black folks, but some of those pick me's over there will pick me. Okay, I'm done with Olivia. She needs to take accountability. She needs to confess her sins. Okay, and God will try to forgive you, but you have to pray. Lady M. Wow, I didn't see that side. I didn't see that either. Olivia is a hot mess. She's been a hot mess all her life, and she will continue to be a mess. All right, y'all. I am done. I am finished. I am dropping the mic. And to any of you stank Gordon tools, to any of y'all, anything that rhyme with a itch over there, I will tell you and I would warn you to stay from over here because your mama. I will warn to stay over here because of your father, your greasy granny, and all of your ancestors. May they jump off into the lake and dash off and find themselves in a huddle, a tunnel, under a boat, and someone drives over them and lights a fire and burn it down to the ground spiritually. So, with that said, I am done. Thank you, everybody, for attending. I am dropping the mic. I have nothing else to say. I would advise everyone to leave me alone. Because if I have to come back on here and go in on you, it won't be pretty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Please follow me on all platforms. If you all do a video about me, I'm going to let you have it. You might want to calm yourself down. You never want to mess with a spiritual healer because we are something else. I have a doll for each and every one of you that want to come over here. Now ask me what that means.
You say that I should probably start to walk away. I'm hoping that you stop and make me have to stay, 'cause I'm floating in your orbit. Yeah, I'm stuck in your space. It's my luck, put me away, you understand. There's nothing left to say.